What's going on, everybody? The Goblin Barrel evolution has come out, as some of you may know, and the Royal Recruits pairs really well with it. So that's what I'll be showcasing in this video with some of the past matches I have played. Here is the deck that I was using if you guys want to use it. Please like and sub if you enjoy, and let's get right into these matches. Alright, so in this match, I versed Jose GB. So this guy is running a Logbait deck, but instead of Rocket, he is using Poison. So he says good luck, I say good luck, and immediately Goblin Barrel. So I get a cycle off of that Goblin Barrel, and it does some damage, so that's really good for me. His knight and skeletons are walking up, so I place my little prince just to help out my dagger just kill that knight because I know it won't fully kill it. He goes Goblin Barrel, and then I arrow that Goblin Barrel immediately. Now we are at a pretty similar elixir right now. I think he is one higher than me maybe. So he goes Little Prince, then I go Little Prince ability. Now I use my Void right there. That is a really bad Void placement for me just because I could have waited 1 second earlier and end up hitting that Little Prince. But that is my own fault. But we did end up winning the match, so it's alright. So you guys can see I went Princess on his Princess just to kill it because I don't want it to get more than 2 hits right there. So right now, I think he goes Log on my Princess. I could be wrong. No, yeah, he goes Log. So right here, I go Goblin Barrel immediately because he obviously used his Log. That's what you want to be doing with any Logbait deck. And this is kind of like a variation of Logbait just because it does have Princess and Goblin Barrel. So I immediately go, I go Night Witch in the back because I know my bats are going to help kill that Knight. And then he goes Goblin Barrel. Now I place my Little Prince to tank the hits from the Goblin Barrel. That's honestly my own fault. I could have just went arrows, but I don't think I saw it in my hotbar at the moment. So he goes Poison just to deal extra damage to my tower and my troops. So I go Princess on the left just to start pressuring the left side and do some damage. And then he goes Little Prince and he uses the ability. That's well played by him just to kill everything off right there. Just because his Dagger Duchess wouldn't have been able to do it alone. Now I go Void just to kill his guard. Now again, my Void doesn't hit the Little Prince. I am so bad at like Void placements right now. I don't know. This match just wasn't alright, but I still won, so it's okay. So then I go arrows on his Little Prince, or not his Little Prince, his Princess just to kill it fully after it gets 1 hit. I go Little Prince to tank the Goblin Barrel hits right there after it does some damage to the tower. And my Little Prince just walks up. I think I go Night Witch in the back, or I might have went Royal Recruits in the back. I could be wrong. Let's see here. No, I go Night Witch first, and then I use the Little Prince ability because I didn't think he was going to expect that right there. His Tesla ends up killing my guard. That's really sucky for me. And then he uses Poison on my Night Witch. That's even more sucky. But I ended up going Knight just to keep my Night Witch alive. And then his Princess ends up killing my Night Witch. I go arrows. Oh, excuse me. And then my Void ends up somehow hitting that Tesla. That's like a miracle right there. I don't know how it did that. Now my Royal Recruits are walking up, and this is where the Goblin Barrel evolution comes in. So obviously you can see I went Goblins on the right side, the real ones. Now he poisoned on the left. He just spent 6 elixir right there. He was logged and poisoned, and he just wasted 3 elixir compared to me. I just spent 3 elixirs. That's a really good trade in my opinion. No, I am up a lot of elixir on him, so I know I could kind of win this match right now if I play this smart. So my Night Witch ends up killing his Princess right there. That's really good for me because obviously I don't have to use my arrows or Void on that Princess now. And then he uses a Little Prince ability, obviously. There was no need for that unless the Royal Recruits came closer, but I don't know. So he went up going Poison on everything. That was honestly smart by him. I go Goblin Barrel because his Dagger Duchess on the left side has no magazine size after my Royal Recruits went to it. Now, as you guys can see, in double elixir, I am just spamming him with Royal Recruits in the back. This would probably be even better if I Evo Royal Recruits. Now, I go Princess just because I know the Royal Recruits are walking up on the Princess, so I can protect anything that comes in front of it if he were to place anything. Now, I go Goblin Barrel again just because I know the Dagger Duchess magazine is out. So his Knight ends up making his way to my tower and ended up doing 1 damage, which does suck, and his Princess ends up getting a hit on my tower, which even does suck too. So this was not looking like a good matchup for me whatsoever. You guys could see it does not look good. He goes Poison just to kill everything right there. Now this Goblin Barrel play was enormous. I went real Goblin Barrels on the tower that had the most health, and he was not expecting that. Now, as you guys can see, I am back in this matchup. 425 health, my Princess gets a shot, my Void spell goes down, and the arrows finish it off. Alright, so in this match, I versed Sasuke Uchiha. Shout out Naruto. This guy was running a more of a traditional Logbait, like Inferno Tower, Goblin Gang, compared to the last guy who was running Little Prince and Poison. So I go princess immediately, as you guys saw, just to deal damage. His knight goes down, I avoid the knight, and I had to end up arrowing the goblin barrel right there. He plays his princess right away. That's pretty smart by him, knowing that I just used both my spells. So I go knight on his princess just to kill it right there because I didn't want it to do too much damage. Then I go goblin barrel just because his tower is targeting my knight right there. So I could have gotten some hits right there, but he does end up logging it, so I got none. So his spear goblins just walk. My dagger duchess obviously takes them out. So I go royal recruits in the back next, I'm pretty sure. And they end up tanking the knight hits, I'm pretty sure. I think he might have went princess. I could be wrong though. Is he gonna go princess? Gonna go princess, buddy? Yeah, he goes princess. There it goes. So he goes princess in the back. That's pretty smart by him, but immediately I just arrow the princess after I was hyping it up right there. So I have a good 2-lane push right here. Now, the little prince did end up dying from that log. That does suck, but I go princess right away. Oh my god, excuse me. Just because I did see he used his log. My princess does get 3 hits right there, I believe. Then I ended up going goblin barrel. My goblin barrel does even more good damage right there. And then he ended up using his goblin barrel, as you guys might have seen. But it doesn't do too much damage compared to the damage I did to his tower. So right now we're just chilling. Me and him are just chilling with elixir. We're just getting it back. I think he might have went princess next. I could be wrong here, but I'm not too sure. Yeah, he goes princess, then knight. That's pretty well played by him, but it was just kind of timing right there because I did play royal recruits pretty much the same time, so that was just bad timing. So he goes inferno tower just to help kill the royal recruits. This is the one bad thing about this deck. When you're versing someone like who has a deck like mine that has so much scatter troops, when you have Inferno Tower, it just doesn't do too much damage too quickly like the Tesla does. Like in last match when the guy was able to keep up with the royal recruits a bit more, especially with the little prince too. So as you could see, all this stuff is going on right here. The little prince ends up killing the knight right there, and then he goes goblin barrel because he knows my dagger duchess is low. I go princess because I know my princess will set everything near or lower than half health, so the dagger duchess could one-shot it. Now here goes the royal recruits, and then the goblin barrel comes in right there. Now the goblin barrel does really good damage on the left side, as you guys could see in this match. It does insane damage right there. Ends up taking the tower, and I go princess on the right side with the knight just to ensure this victory right here. And this is amazing because that push ended up winning me the match. It got me literally both powers, and he just completely gave up right there, as you guys can see. This is GG's right here, and we're going to go on to the next one. Alright, so in this match, we versed someone named XXJaviXX. So this guy was running a Hog Firecracker deck. So he had Evil Firecracker, so this was a bit of an annoying encounter. And he also had Goblin Barrel and Goblin Gang. So this was even more annoying just because you had to keep using my arrows and Void Spell. So I go Night Witch and Knight on his Hog Rider and Firecracker. Now you guys saw I placed my Knight in the middle just to activate my King Tower because I saw he did have Hog Rider, and I didn't even know, but he had Goblin Barrel, so that helps me even more. Now I go arrows on his Goblin Gang just to kill it, and I thought my Knight may have been able to do 1 hit, but it didn't. So I go Goblin Barrel right away just because his Dagger Duchess is obviously at 0 magazine. So his Mega Knight obviously kills my Goblin Barrel. He goes Goblin Barrel. That's well played by him. I had to end up going Knight right here. Or no, I didn't go Knight. I went Little Prince ability to help keep my Little Prince alive from that Mega Knight. And I killed 2 goblins with it. And then I went Knight on the other side to kill the other goblin. So his Firecracker ends up doing some good damage to my Knight and everything right there. Ends up killing it fully with the help of the Dagger Duchess. So I ended up having to go Princess right here, I believe. Or I went Void. No, I think I went Void because I knew I was going to go Hog Rider. Yeah, there it goes. So I went Void on the Hog Rider plus the Firecracker. Now, the Hog Rider does get 1 hit, but my King Tower does end up helping kill that Hog Rider right there. So I go Princess right away because I know he doesn't have a lot of spells right now. My Princess gets 2 hits. That's perfect for me. I go Night Witch just to drag that Valkyrie to the middle. And then my Night Witch just ends up walking up. I think he goes Goblin Gang on my Night Witch. I could be wrong here, though. But you do obviously want to keep defending if there is a Night Witch going towards your Dagger Duchess, because it can completely waste your tower if it with the help of the bats. So Little Prince on the Goblin Gang right there, and then the Dagger Duchess ends up helping kill it. So that's really good for me. 60 seconds left, double elixir starts here. So this is where the royal recruits are going to start happening. So as you guys could see in the last match, I went royal recruits a bit earlier than this match. This is just because he has Mega Knight, so I can't really play Royal Recruits really well unless he goes Mega Knight first like he just did. So I believe I go Royal Recruits now. I could be wrong. Yeah, there it goes. And then they ended up helping, oh no, they didn't kill the Firecracker. I ended up avoiding the Firecracker. So that Void really helped out right there. And then I ended up going Evil Goblin Barrel right there. Once both Dagger Duchesses are out of ammo, it's really just anyone's game at that point with the Evil Goblin Barrel. You guys can see I did so much damage to both of his towers, especially the left one. It went from like max health down to 14 or 1.4k, I'm pretty sure. I go Princess on the left tower once again, just to deal really good damage. Then the little Prince ends up taking some hits from that Firecracker, but the Firecracker does end up dying from my arrow here, yep, right there. And the Royal Recruits end up tanking the Goblin shots, except the Hog Rider does do damage. Now this match really does suck right here because I thought I was gonna lose because you guys could see the health difference, but he ends up overspending by a lot right there, and then my Goblin Barrel ends up taking the tower. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Otherwise, I don't have much else to say, but I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a great day, you guys.